Okay, so live stream, the other live stream was so long that it kicked me out. So I had to start another stream. How long was that other stream? Almost 4 hours. All right, so we're starting, and I'm gonna narrate the card combination again, and go ahead and take some notes here. Let's see. I spread almost wanted to develop there, but there was more organization than last time, but still too disorganized to produce a spread. Moving forward with the Five of Fire at the top of the deck. The Ace of Pentacles appear. Five of Fire on the top of the deck. The Sun, aka 19th Major Arcana appear. Five of Fire on the top of the deck. The Six of Swords appear. Five of Fire on the top of the deck. The Nine of Pentacles appear. A spread wanted to produce, but this time it was not enough strength. Nine of Pentacles on the top of the deck. Ten of Pentacles appear. Nine of Pentacles remain on the top of the deck. Four of Cups appear. Nine of Pentacles on the top of the deck. Three of Pentacles appear. Nine of Pentacles on the top of the deck. The Hangman, aka 12th Major Arcana, appear. Nine of Pentacles remain on the top of the deck. The Four of Pentacles appear. Nine of Pentacles remain on the top of the deck. She said spread wanted to develop, not enough strength. Eight of Swords appear. Eight of Swords are on the top of the deck. A spread develops, finally. In our first position, there's the Judgment, aka the 20th Major Arcana. On the bottom of that placement is the Page of Fire. Now the second position has the World, aka 21st Major Arcana, on the top of the deck. It broke apart to reveal the Queen of Cups and also the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is the card on the bottom of that pile. The third position has the Eight of Swords, and right beneath it is the Queen of Fire. Yeah. So I was right that this is going to take 2 pages. But so far, see the atmosphere part of the reading. Aquarius comes in the reading, taking the stage. It reminded me of my disclaimer. This is a general reading. General readings are not intended to resonate with everyone, so if it doesn't fit, please don't force it. I'll be back to do another as soon as possible. But I have Aquarius taking the stage here, a balanced, with harmony and reciprocity, and with Emperor energy. So just really on top of everything. It's energy specific, not gender specific, but it's talking about Aquarius comes into this reading on top of their game plan. Has the bull by the horns, and
moving it in the direction needed as they desire. And then so the Emperor and the Eight of Pentacles make an appearance after a spread tried to develop, but it was too disorganized. And so I feel like that resonates with the energies talking about Aquarius coming into this reading on top of their game plan and having the bull by the horns and, just moving accordingly. And I feel like it's their way or the highway. And I just feel like a confirmation of what I was looking at there with, you know, Aquarius moving toward energy that's moving toward it. And if it's not flowing, if it's not matching energy, then at the moment it didn't look like Aquarius had the energy to entertain it for too long. So proceeding with the fourth major arcana, which is the Emperor, making an appearance with the Eight of Pentacles. Looks like there's work energy here and banging out pentacles and Aquarius within their craft. And a transitional energy takes the stage with the 13 major arcana, aka the Death, and aka Scorpio's energy, which is that transformative energy of open, like a new chapter after a closed chapter, new beginnings after a sudden a particular death, so metamorphosis type energy, life after death type energy. But so this 13 major arcana made appearance and stayed on the stage for a while, and was met with the it was met with the 11th major arcana, which is the Justice, and so that still speaks to reciprocity, a judgment being made in Aquarius's favor. Let's see, the 13 major arcana with the 14 major arcana, Temperance energy. So, it's all the cards come up pretty much in the upright position unless there's some major intervention or something that would give me a reversal. So in the case maybe if there was a reversal, I feel like the Temperance making that appearance is the energy that blends elements together that don't normally mix well. So it looks like everything eventually falls into place, and potentially there's some stress with that, with the Nine of Swords making an appearance, and then the Five of Pentacles making an appearance, and the Chariot makes an appearance, and the 12th major arcana makes an appearance. So yeah, with that alchemist energy, the Temperance making that appearance around the 13th major arcana when a ruling. So with this storyline not resonating with everybody, but there would be, for those that have a particular storyline where there's a judgment, a ruling pending. So it looks like for some, there could have been a ruling that was made, not necessarily a desirable ruling for Aquarius or someone in Aquarius's energy. It takes some time to kind of mitigate those and make adjustments accordingly. Let's see, with the Nine of Swords, Five of Pentacles, but it does show that eventually, eventually Aquarius moves on with the Chariot type of energy, which is the major arcana, moves forward and begins blocking out with the 12th major arcana, that Hangman. So it's like just begins blocking out things. So I feel like, just again taking the bull by the horns and blocking out, whatever doesn't serve Aquarius at the moment, blocking that out and moving forward with this win at all cost mentality in the Five of Swords. And then the 21st major arcana makes an appearance even around that Five of Fire. So it looks like the Five of Fire persists, which could be some arguing, differences of opinion, someone's strong mentality to cut through that energy. And so again, it looks like Aquarius forging through, even in the midst of opposition, in the midst of stress, just moving ahead still. And making a way out of no way and making some long-term investments with the Ace of Pentacles. Five of Fire, 19 major arcana is the Sun. And it looks like, so with this tenacity and with this consistent energy of forging forward and moving ahead, it does look like a game plan is revealed. There's deeper insights, epiphany being had, which is actually 12th major arcana energy. Yeah, that that cocoon state of divine timing having its way and having to patiently wait until things organically unfold. And so it looks like even while that time is elapsing, Aquarius is still making investments, still making moves, still moving forward through stagnation, even if by force, this very headstrong mentality. And so epiphany is finally had about how to make it through this blockage, whatever the Five of Fire represents. And it points me to house energy, as I was picking up that there's some world stage energies taking place, world stage events likely in politics and commerce and trade and value systems all over the scope of things happening right now. And Aquarius, the ruling planet is Uranus, which is a planet that governs rebellions and shaking things up and changing the status quo. And so that's what I feel like I was seeing in this Hangman energy, the strong mentality of Aquarius, pressing through even opposition, pressing through any type of blockage. They were grabbing the bull by the horn and moving things according to how they needed it to be moved. And it looks like still within the Hangman energy, so letting divine timing have its way. So it's like they're moving with this guidance is the divine guidance to not force issues, but to definitely be assertive when it was applicable for them to be assertive. And it seemed like the universe was on their side to facilitate them being assertive and changing narratives, shaking things up, changing the status quo. So I feel like that's a confirmation that yes, there's some change taking place on the horizon. I felt like I was seeing that in the different houses. Like I think there's going to be some innovation in technology. I think there's going to be some innovation in partnerships, some rearrangements in networks, and I feel like it's on the world stage. So probably these large organizations, these governments and politics and world leaders and manage people in managerial positions. So I feel like that's what I'm looking at there with Aquarius energy, not only on the world stage, but the Aquarian themselves just moving as described forward, and then finally having an epiphany. So it's almost like even getting everyone's attention, quieting the noise, quieting the distractions, and I feel like a voice is going to be heard through all of this chatter. And so I'm seeing that, but it still seems like the voice that is heard through the chatter is still on a need to know basis. It seems not to be like something that everybody's going to have a ear to hear. Like the scriptures say, he that have an ear to hear, let him hear. He that have eyes to see, let him see. I think it's only, to those on a need to know basis and to those who are looking will be able to discern this. And it looks like the discernment that will be had is one worthy of long-term investments, a long-term strategy about a methodology about going forward. So let's see here. Then I have the Five of Fire with the 19th major arcana, which is the Sun. And then with that Five of Fire, the Six of Swords. So that's where I'm seeing that energy. And I remember seeing in other houses, I think it might have been the 6th house, yeah, where it looked like a select few were going to be able to navigate through some blockages. Yeah. And I even paused to kind of describe what it felt like. It felt like, somebody just listening to their inner voice, their gut, their instincts, to the voice of the Most High. Like, hey, you know what? I know I normally do X, Y, Z, and maybe I'm scheduled to be here or there, but I just feel like I don't think I'm supposed to be there right now. Listening to that calling and then being confirmed like, no, I wasn't supposed to be there. I feel like that is what I'm looking at with the 19th major arcana. And so the confirmations, again, going to the disclaimer, that take it all with a grain of salt, do your own research, don't take my word for it. If anything doesn't resonate, disregard it. I'll be back to do another. It's not intended to resonate with everybody. I feel like there will be confirmations within those who it does resonate with, the confirmation being the major arcana of the sun, that there will be epiphanies, there will be confirmations, there will be revelation. Like, you'll be able to see it indeed in your own world, in your life, and you're like, oh yeah, like seeing the guiding light through how to make it through some blockages, how to make it through some obstacles, is what I was seeing again with the Five of Fire and the 19th Major Arcana, Five of Fire and the Six of Swords, Five of Fire and the Nine of Pentacles. So even in the Five of Fire, which represent, again, the blockage, differences of opinion, sometimes, politically or even location-wise, as in regard to travel. So let me take a look there at those five with the travel insinuation, because that was the ninth house type reading. And that was a pretty dynamic reading too. It did feel very intense. Yeah, it was all over the place in that ninth house. But having the Nine of Pentacles there, that's finding yourself comfortable in your own space and in your environment, and having the feng shui. Now, around that energy, a spread wanted to develop, but it didn't have any strength. And then also around the Five of Fire and the 21st Major Arcana, a spread wanted to develop. But remember, I said that there was disorganization, but the disorganization was better than the first time a spread wanted to develop. But it was still too disorganized to develop a spread. So in context, so far as I'm reading it, it looks like that disorganization, which was better than the first time, but still not quite enough to develop a spread. I feel like that confirms those who are on a need-to-know basis, those who are paying attention, they will be the ones seeing the signs, the one anticipating the movements, and the guiding light of how to make it through some blockages, as have been described. And then so around the Five of Fire and the Nine of Pentacles, a spread wanted to develop, but there was no strength. So I feel like, again, yeah, that's like things are happening under this behind the scenes. Those on a need-to-know basis type energy, finding themselves comfortable moving through those particular blockages as had been described. Then let's see, the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles confirm that yes, indeed, the current and the people of interest who find themselves in the height of abundance and having everything that they need. And see, Nine of Pentacles, Four of Cups, business as usual, just flowing in this capacity. And then the Nine of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, 12 Major Arcana, Nine of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, a spread did not develop around the Eight of Swords, but a spread eventually did develop around the Eight of Swords. Okay. So yeah, it took a minute for a spread to develop. It took a minute for this resonance to be had, and where Aquarius finds themselves locked in. I have been reading for Aquarius, the 11th house, for a minute, looking like the Aquarian was going to be experiencing themselves in their area where they are, not moving around as they had once before, but finding themselves with everything that they need around them within arm's length, and kind of, so to speak. So any outsourcing or anything that's out of reach for the Aquarius needs to right now get into reach, get into arm's length, or excuse me for lack of better expression. And then let's see, a Nine of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, not overextending themselves at their own expense. Nine of Pentacles around the Eight of Swords, a spread didn't develop, so I feel like some will be within, that intimate circle with the Aquarian, and some will not be in the intimate circle with the Aquarian. And this is when the spread developed here on that type of energy seemed also to be confirmed with the Page of Fire and the Judgment, the Reconciliation Opportunity. The World, the 21st Major Arcana, the Ten of Swords, and then the Eight of Swords and the Queen of Fire being the one that is locked in with the Aquarian. Okay, so that is a rough sketch of what I was looking at. And now I'm going to take the notes for the spread card combinations. Okay, I just need a moment to do that. Oh, I'm just gonna take a little break. Okay, just a little break. I'll be right back. Hey, thank you so much for your support on the video. I'll be right back. Hey, Sheila. I don't know if you're still here. I love you too. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, I know you said you're just stopping in. That's dope. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so I had to take a break. In that long break, I still forgot to drink some water. Well, I didn't forget, but I turned the camera on too fast. I love you too, honey. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. So let's see, some lotion. Okay. So on my break, I was thinking about this reading, and it was talking about third-party situations, and you know, get in with the Aquarius, and there's gonna be a, you know, window of opportunity that really basically needs to be met with an opportunity meets with preparation. That's a recipe for success. It kind of seemed like that was the dynamic of blending in with the Aquarian. I realized on my break again, you know, that Aquarius governs the 11th house, and so the 11th house is about large groups and organizations. So it looks like there's going to be groups linking up, joining together, and get in with where you fit in type energy, which is really interesting. And I'm just reading this stuff and I'm trying to interpret it the best I can. And I know in some areas it's a rough sketch, you know, especially the ninth and even in this 11th house. I think the 10th house was really straightforward. Yeah, it was really straightforward. Uh, and then the ninth house and then the 10th house, there was this assertive energy of, you know, no, you're my person, you're here with me, cut out that third party. So there was dismissing of third parties, especially prominent in the 10th and the ninth house. The 11th house here, which governs, like I said, the large groups and organizations, it seems to be a get in where you fit in type of thing, and if you know, you know type energy, and yeah, like those who have an ear, let them hear. Those who have eyes to see, let them see type energy on a need to know basis type energy. And even throughout all the houses, it really looked like there were things brewing and, you know, strategies and plans being developed and innovative plans and dynamic changes uh, that were still brewing under the surface on a need to know basis, kind of with secrecy, you know, taking place there. And of course, there's always, and there were special houses that were pronounced like, hey, you likely might have an infiltrator, a saboteur, you know, a spy or something in your midst. I can't really remember those houses that came into play with. I think the ninth house, though, the ninth house, Sagittarius's house, and no wonder Sagittarius just found himself in sync with the person that they were with, because it was a whole battlefield out there, like a proverbial one, a metaphorical one, so to speak, you know, with saboteurs and seven of swords. Oh, wait a minute. But that even seemed to be in, in their midst, too. Maybe even with the person who was like, hey, you, no, not, sorry, dot, dot, dot. Okay. Um, I don't know if I finished off my thought though, but it just seems like groups, yeah, groups, probably even labels are coming back out. People linking up in third party situations. People finding themselves in third party situations. It was refreshing to see some, some energy in some houses where assertiveness was like, no, no third party. You're with me, and that's it, period. Uh, Cutting out third parties. This reading, at the moment, seemed to suggest that the Aquarian was linking up with somebody who had their third party situations too, as they themselves had third party situations. And for a moment, in some storylines, it looked like those third party situations were creating some obstructive interference, but it looked like towards the end of the reading, those obstructive interferences started to work themselves out, and the connection moved more to committal energy, ascending to a higher level. Uh, Anyhow, that's a rough sketch of what I'm looking at there. But okay, so back to taking notes here. Okay, the next part is going to transcribe the card combinations, the narration of the card combinations.
Narrating the card combinations as follows, starting in the first position, having the Judgment, aka the 20th Major Arcana, and the Page of Fire is at the bottom of this pile. The second placement has the World, aka 21st Major Arcana. At the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Swords. And the third placement has the Eight of Swords at the top of the pile. Now there's cards that wanted to be seen. The Hangman, aka 12th Major Arcana, the Three of Pentacles, and the Queen of Fire, which is the Queen of Fire is at the bottom of the pile. Alright, so here we go to narrate in more detail the card combinations, starting off in the first position with the Judgment, aka 20th Major Arcana, followed by the Temperance, aka 14th Major Arcana, Six of Swords, Two of Cups, Nine of Fire, Hermit, aka 9th Major Arcana, Four of Swords, Seven of Swords, Death, aka 13th Major Arcana, Ace of Swords, Hierophant, aka 5th Major Arcana, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Fire, the Tower, aka 16th Major Arcana, Nine of Swords, Two of Swords, the Moon, aka 18th Major Arcana, Ten of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, aka 10th Major Arcana, Page of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Knight of Fire, Strength, aka 8th Major Arcana, Queen of Pentacles, Page of Fire. Moving to the second position, having the World, aka 21st Major Arcana on the top, followed by the Nine of Cups, Four of Fire, Two of Fire, Queen of Cups, Ten of Swords. Moving to the third position, having the Eight of Swords at the top of the pile, followed by the Nine of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Hangman, aka 12th Major Arcana, Three of Pentacles, Five of Fire, Three of Swords, King of Fire, Eight of Fire, 15 Major Arcana, aka the Devil, Page of Swords, Knight of Cups, Lover, aka 6th Major Arcana, Five of Pentacles, King of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, the Chariot, aka Seventh Major Arcana, Ten of Fire, Empress, aka Third Major Arcana, the Sun, aka 19th Major Arcana, the Emperor, aka 4th Major Arcana, Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Magician, aka 1st Major Arcana, Three of Cups, High Priestess, aka 2nd Major Arcana, the Star, aka 17th Major Arcana, Three of Fire, Ace of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Fire, Page of Cups, Six of Cups, Knight of Swords, the Apprentice, aka the Fool, aka Zero Major Arcana, Six of Fire, Justice, aka 11th Major Arcana, Five of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Five of Swords, King of Swords, Queen of Fire. Alright, and that concludes the card combinations.
All right. Okay, so got through that part. Now, let's see. Okay, so to read this, let's see. So, an attempt to reconcile with the temperance, I feel like that confirms. But the theme being stated here is that there's some patience with this opportunity to reconcile. And I feel like in the atmosphere we've seen, the energy surrounding spreads being produced where there was disorganization, so it was unable to, or there wasn't enough force, or there wasn't enough strength to break a spread apart. Here, with the major arcana of the 14th major arcana of the temperance being here, and the Six of Swords, lets me know that that there will be reconciliation. Some reconciliations take time, take divine timing, for it to all fall into sync. So there's some hope here. And again, I am looking more at the 11th house energy, the world stage energy, for those who are trying to come out of the cold and reconcile with their person, with the group that they want to be in. And also with that temperance being there, we did see throughout the houses elements of some doors are closing because the Most High is trying to lead and direct the people of interest that are looking for that type of leading and guidance from the Most High with prayer and fasting and looking for that from the Most High. So it does say that, divine timing is at work, but moving from toxic situation into a better situation is happening, and it will happen for those who are working and minded and desiring to do that. The Two of Cups confirms that with the, the harmony in the companionship. And the Nine of Fire also does say, I feel like confirms the sentiment. I did say some doors are closing because the Most High is redirecting people of concern to move in a different direction, letting us know, for example, the soulmate that you're looking for doesn't fit the normal, what you have in your mind. It could be a different, come to you in a different package, but it's, it has your name on it type energy. With the Nine of Fire, some blocks going up. And the Hermit, I feel like the Hermit talks about self-healing and introspection. The Four of Swords, meditation, praying. Seven of Swords, the saboteur, the distrust energy. Be wary of that. So thankfully there's praying and, tapping into one's discernment to discern the Seven of Swords type energy, that stringing along that nefarious energy of betrayal and backstabbing and trying to get over type energy. The Death, the 13th major arcana, talking about, I feel like in this context too, judgment. Yeah, judgment and the doors opening and some closing and a rebirth after a death, a transition, a metamorphosis type energy. The Ace of Swords, clarity being had. The Hierophant, locking in connections, raising to a higher level of commitment. Seven of Pentacles, those type of marriage-minded individuals and connections under review right now, being considered with the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Fire, making an appearance around the Tower, the 16th major arcana, and the Nine of Swords lets me know that some choices will be made for connections that are moving to a higher level of commitment, and some doors being shut, some reconciliations requests being denied, which puts some who were rejected in Nine of Sword energy, having nightmares, sleepless nights, and regrets, and the pain of the loss, and the disorientation, standing at the Two of Swords, a crossroad, intuitively finding one way to go. The moon making an appearance, confirming that this will require, in some cases, divine intervention and leading and guidance from the Most High, and secrets and unseen things working. The Knight of Pentacles making an appearance around the Wheel of Fortune talks about some investments, some long-term endeavors, going through weathering storms, and standing the test of time and coming out after weathering those type of difficulties. You know, what was lost was meant to be lost, and what remains remains, and rebuilding on that established premise. So some hard wires being rewired, some principles someone once stood on, not standing the test of time, being revamped and reconsidered, and amendments and etc. being had, adjustments. So we have the Page of Pentacles with the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Fire. It seems like that realization and that adjustment may take some time, and wavering and walking the fence, straddling a fence type energy, to heal while moving forward, to get certain clarity while business as usual. It seems to be described with the Strength, the eighth major arcana, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Page of Fire. But also those who are starting to get a drift of the changes on the horizon, making investments, and with that those Pentacle cards, moving forward accordingly. So then we have the World, we have a new chapter, the Nine of Cups, satisfaction, individual cups being full and whole and healed, and Four of Fire, these whole cups, these healed individuals coming together to cohabitate, to work together, to collaborate. Let's see, the Two of Fire, looking at the horizon at its biggest vantage point. The Queen of Cups are there with the Ten of Swords, so it looks like discernment again, being able to see through certain disturbances, blockages, distractions, intuitively, because it looks like there's a lot of blinding distractions on the horizon that could make it hard for some to see and to focus. Eight of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, so I'm starting to see soul ties and connections and unfinished business, and joined investments, joined assets. And that reminds me then, the eighth house, the 13th major arcana, which is governed, which is Scorpio's archetype, does deal with shared assets. So this energy with the Eight of Swords making an appearance, the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. It looks like these shared assets, these shared resources are mutually beneficial and business as usual. People making things work in their new networks and their organizations, their labels, their etc. that we have described, business as usual. The Four of Cups, type of autopilot type energy, not wanting to overextend oneself at their own expense, just working with what they have within reach. Seven of Cups making an appearance, and Hangman energy making an appearance around Three of Pentacles. So it looks like, some others may find it more challenging to see through distractions and to find their niche and to find where they fit in. But it looks like with the major arcana of the Hangman, even they will begin to find themselves situated in the groups and the dynamic. Again, it looks like the soulmates that come in different different packages than originally expected, but they will start to see, hey, you know what, I feel like second chance opportunities, like I overlooked you, or I didn't, I took you for granted perhaps initially, but you're actually my person. You're actually the one that I need to be with. Even those epiphanies and realizations or attempts for second chances seems like they would initiate in some sense, provoke blockages and disagreements, like somebody rejecting that energy. And in cases, it's like not necessarily the person of interest rejecting or blocking it, but their third party situation. We've seen that playing out in the ninth house. I continue to repeat it, where somebody asserted themselves, put their foot down in the 10th house too, and said, no, I don't want that third party situation. I don't want that person in our dynamic. And it looks like they were able to win. So in some cases, it was a third party that caused the obstructive interference and forced someone out who was trying to have a second chance, or who was trying to reconcile and get in. But let's see, moving on, we have the King of Fire, the Eight of Fire, the 15th Major Arcana, the Page of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Lovers. So in some cases, it looks like somebody might try to interfere, but, you know, King of Fire comes out and says, you know, kind of, I do what I want to do. I'm with who I want to be with, and if I'm toxic like that, then I'm toxic like that. Take it or leave it. Is what I'm seeing with this type of energy. So it looks like some people might be able to put their foot down and push someone out, but some others are going to not be persuaded by others' opinions and put their foot down and be toxic about it. Hey, if you don't like it, you know, I don't know what you're going to do, but I do what I want to do. I'm with who I want to be with. Some of these energies that are pronounced are like Gemini and also Scorpio. Oh, let's see, Gemini and let's see, Pisces. Lovers, Five of Pentacles, King of Cups, Scorpio too, Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, and then so there's some emotional disconnection or walking away in a Chariot. So some people will take that advice and move on and try to, move on from those toxic connections. And the Ten of Fire breaking, that's a deal breaker for some. And let's see, the Empress, the Sun, the Emperor, and the Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. And it does look like those who put their foot down and move away from the toxicity of that find themselves linked up with a partner that matches their energy, has the same desires, which is good to see. They work on their connection, and it looks like they find themselves where they need to be. The Magician in the divine timing, everything lining up. So yeah, it looks like they find themselves in a better situation than they were trying to have with somebody who was playing and somebody who was stringing them along and somebody who was toxic. It looks like that's what they find themselves in. Three of Cups, High Priestess, 17 Major Arcana, Three of Fire. It looks like there's some regret with that type of decision too. Those who decide to walk away and not tolerate the deal breakers and say, okay, fine, you don't want to be monogamous with me, and you want to bring obstructive interferences into our connection, then I'm going to go ahead and walk away from that. It does look like then there's some regret from the player, from the one who was trying to initiate third-party situations. They seem like they regret the person who walks away, and they're hoping that they come back. Ace of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Fire, Page of Cups. So it looks like even if that person ends up not coming back, and it does look like because they end up linking up with somebody who matches their energy, Empress and Emperor type of an energy there, with Six of Pentacles being there, that they really mesh, that there's reciprocity in their connection, and they're abundant together, and they complement each other. Where they're weak, their partner is strong, and where their partner is weak, they're strong, and they seem to be able to manifest together even out of the universe, their needs being met and stuff like that. So they really are a mesh. So in those cases, their person, the one who regrets dismissing them and indulging in their toxicity or their addictions, because it was the 15th Major Arcana, the Devil, could have been their addictions. They miss and they regret, but they find themselves in a bachelorette type of energy. And it looks like they tried to find their way. They tried to find their match in some previous connections. It looks like they don't really find those connections. They're caught up in, you know, yeah, it looked like hangman type of energy with the with past karmics that, they end up with one foot in, one foot out, going into new chapters with one foot in, one foot out. And it does look like a karmic payback, like uh, justice being served, and Five of Cups, the regret, the remorse, but it's in the past. You can't do anything about it. Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Five of Swords, King of Swords, Queen of Fire. So, but it does look like eventually that type of payback, that type of justice, that type of karmic life lesson does you get them even on a higher vibrational level, and they become more assertive of finding a person that matches their energy. They may be opposites attract type energy, but they find chemistry in their connection. And again, it looks like a highlighted message is your person, your soulmate may come different than what you expect. That seems to be a highlighted uh, theme that continues to repeat, not just in this house, but in different houses. So that seems to be the dynamic playing out in third party situation connections. Phew. All right. Well, so that was a lot of work to get to that really brief, straightforward summary from the 11th house as far as third party situation are concerned. Overall, it does look like everyone eventually finds their person, their group, their niche, um, their compatibility, their partner they're compatible with uh, on this world stage energy, and for the Aquarian as well. Of course, because this is Aquarius's house. Well, that seemed to be the reading that I'm getting here for Aquarius. So, oh, well, I did want to also use a different deck. Okay, so this is giving Aquarius a very long reading, but I did feel like I wanted to use this deck for Aquarius. Dear Holy Spirit, please put resonance in the deck to give me 3 positions for Aquarius. I'm just going to look for 3 positions first, and I might try to get a Celtic cross, but let's see. First position represent energy from the recent past. Second position represent present. Third position represent near future. All right. So this reading says after a time of, being withdrawn and introspective and healing oneself, getting grounded, and all the things that are represented in the Hermit. The Aquarian comes out with the Ten of Pentacles, with the abundance, the high vibrational, the big picture. What is it? The high value person of interest here, and finds themselves in the Nine of Cup energy, comfortable in their environment with the feng shui. Yeah. Love in their midst, everything that they need in their midst. All right. And it doesn't even necessarily talking about coming out of the Hermit, but it looks like even while they're in the Hermit type energy, this healing, this withdrawn. And it just kind of reminds me, even the Aquarian seems to be moving in silence. For those who are noticing, or those on a need-to-know basis, and it does, Aquarians aren't necessarily like, I feel like Aquarians are this I feel like describes ambivert energy, like introverted, spending time within themselves, but also coming out, handling business, networking, doing what they need to do to get their Ten of Pentacles. And their cups are full, their cups are overflowing. Within themselves, they are whole and complete. a total package all in of themselves. This is what this reading is saying to me. All right, so let's go ahead and continue with this Celtic cross and see if there are highlighted areas of concern. Let's see. Oh, there's a comment talking about no contact. Can you please tell me about... Oh, it's a personal reading request. Let me take a look at this general reading here. Just a moment. Because this live stream is not dedicated for personal requests. This is a general reading. But sometimes we do the personal readings for subscribers. I'm not sure when I'll be doing one of those again. For those who have been subscribed, likely for 30 days or longer. Sometimes I don't put the subscriber mode up. Alright, so as far as third party situations are concerned, with the Two of Pentacles at the top of the deck and the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, this spread, as I started to develop it more, it finds the Aquarian, it looks like in a love dynamic, surrounded by love, Nine of Cups, the cups are overflowing, and they have a wish fulfillment as their outcome. They've got the Ace of Pentacles in their heart, the Knight of Pentacles coming toward them, the Five of Swords, a win at all cost mentality, Knight of Swords. I feel like that ante-ups what we were talking about, 10 of Fire and the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, I just feel like the theme, the common running theme is being confirmed in this spread, even in a different deck, talking about the Aquarian moving. Remember in the very beginning of the reading, it was in part 1, this is part 2. I was like, wow, it looks like Aquarius is moving with momentum. Kind of looks like they're moving fast, especially in comparison to those who want to link up, who want to reconcile, who want to work with Aquarius, who want to come out of the code with Aquarius, who want to, what was the other, have a second chance with Aquarius. Aquarius is moving with this, it looks like this energy of get in where you fit in or get left for now, at least, like no hard feelings type energy, but I'm on a mission type energy, and finding those who can keep up with Aquarius's energy. It was definitely pronounced in fire energy, but that doesn't necessarily mean their sun sign has fire in it or pronounced fire energy in their chart, but just that they happen to be on the same wavelength as Aquarius. Aquarius finds themselves in love. That was pretty much the interpretation of the reading. Somebody was matching their energy. Somebody was there through the ups and the downs, through the weathering of the storms, and just seemed to be the one, was like a wish fulfillment for the Aquarius, the one that Aquarius finds himself locking in with. And it looks like this connection also has the potential to raise to a higher level of commitment in my external and internal positions. The Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles meeting this star energy and the outcome, and also meeting the Five of Swords, again, a win at all cost mentality, and the Knight of Swords, fast air energy. Aquarian are air signs. 10 of Fire, that's the breakdown, those who aren't strong enough, only the strong shall survive type energy. Those 10 of Fire doesn't look like it will likely make it through the Wheel of Fortune type energy, but let's not forget that the 10 of Fire is actually Sagittarius and Saturn energy. So Sagittariuses are very keen on making their bullseye regardless of their challenges. So, and then we did read though that there were going to be some spin cycles, and it did show up in Pentacle energy too, that the Pentacles made it through the Wheel cycle, a little diminished, but it meant that because it was like a high caliber Pentacle that went through the spin cycle and came out as a Page of Pentacle, but still, that's what the spin cycle does. Whatever doesn't stand the test of time or stand through the weather of the storms, is meant to fall off, is meant to be dissolved, didn't make it through that spin cycle. So there's an adjustment, um, there's some reprioritizing or some restructuring of plans or whatever have you, really in a philosophical sense, especially this being Sagittarius and Saturn type energy, which Sagittarius governs a house that talks about higher learning, especially in philosophical context, but all forms of higher learning. You know, just talks about maybe, not maybe, but someone having a different mindset, somebody having old methods of how things should go, and being redirected, like, oh, it's time to upgrade, it's time to be more innovative. And matter of fact, that reminds me, that's what the Aquarian, that's what the 11th house, that's what their ruling planet, the Uranus, it talks about revolutions. And that's what we were looking at too. Aquarian taking the bull by the horns and moving it to where they needed it to be. Yeah, that's what the Uranus type energy does. So, what did I say? All that? Yeah, that's what it does talk about too. That we should be expecting some innovation, some new tech, coming out on the world stage. So I feel like that's usually in the Five of Swords. It's the win at all cost mentality with the highlighted area of concern that like you can get more bees with honey. Um, you should use a mindset. Consider using a mindset of choose your battles mentality. But in context, it's everything. It looks like this is just a win at all cost mentality, and there's no stopping them because they're moving. They're successful in their movements. They have momentum behind them. So why try to stop and fix something that's working? That's what it looks like in context, and it looks like even this fire energy. That's really interesting. That usually this is a breaking point. Well, we already described that there will be breaking points. There will be those who won't be able to keep up for the time being. But again, we did see that there was grace in this reading for those who didn't necessarily uh, make it through the door that they were trying to get through, but another door is opening, redirection is taking place. So we talked about that too. It almost looks like this reading was talking about everybody pretty much being able to find themselves in their niche and in their calling. I feel like this card right here is even talking about following your calling, following your passion, following your gift, flowing in your niche. Now these Three of Swords here, there's the Three of Swords around these Ten of Pentacles, there's some heartbreak. I feel like with the obstructive interference, somebody's really looking at their person of interest and seeing that, man, my high value person, I didn't get in. I didn't make the cut. I feel betrayed. Type energy is right there too. Yeah. For some who, didn't make it through that spin cycle, type energy as described. And that all of this is metaphors, the way that I'm articulating myself in parables and whatnot. But um, the message, the comfort that I have for these in the Three of Sword energy is that, again, patience and divine timing is at work, because you too will find your niche and you will find your compatibility, and it will be better than what you were trying to get in with, maybe by force, or missing and regretting not being able to get into this dynamic, but not necessarily like this one, but the one that you wanted. Yours is coming. That's what this reading would suggest. Now, of course, this is a reading that does not resonate with everybody, and don't force it to fit, but for those it resonates with, it looked like a win-win situation for everyone. But let's see here. Now, dear Holy Spirit, please clarify these Three of Swords. I want to clarify the Three of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles card combination, because I said what I said, but let me read it, feel it in the cards. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Please clarify here. See there, King of Pentacles. And I feel like that's my confirmation. 10 of fire. Which was right over here. So, Queen of Swords. 10 of fire. 3 of cups. 4 of pentacles. Ace of fire. 9 of swords. Well, I feel like what I said, I wasn't really seeing it in my clarifier, so to speak. It seemed to be saying what it looks like. Somebody's really regretting not being able to reconcile and connect with the King of Pentacles. Somebody that they seen as very high value. They didn't make it. There was a breaking point. That's what it... Well, dear Holy Spirit, was I correct in what I was saying, that they will find their niche? They will find their door? They will find their person? Queen of Pentacles. 2 of fire. King of Pentacles. 2 of fire. 6 of swords. Yay. Yes. I feel like that does confirm what I said, that not only you're looking for your match is looking for you. Yes, you will find them. The 2 of fire is on the horizon of your landscape. They're out there looking for you. You're looking for them, or you desire them in your heart. They desire you in your heart. That's what's being played out here. So I feel like that's a confirmation that yes, yours is coming. 10 of fire. Ace of fire. Yay. Okay. Yeah, so a blessing in disguise. Rejection for your protection. That's what I feel like I'm seeing with that one. Okay. So, let's see. Now, there is a comment in the chat talking about some no contact. So let me work on restacking this. I'll put the star on top of the High Priestess. Put the Ace of Pentacles on top of the 6 of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles on top of the 4 of Pentacles. 3 of Swords on top of the Star. And the card combination with the 5 of Swords, Knight of Swords, 10 of Fire, Wheel of Fortune goes on top of the Ace of Cups. The Lovers on top of the 4 of Pentacles. 10 of Swords on top of the 8 of Swords. 9 of Pentacles on top, or the 9 of Cups on top of the World, aka 21st Major Arcana. 2 of Fire is where I put the 10 of Pentacles. And the 6 of Cups, the Hermit will go on top of the 6 of Cups. So I'm going into a shuffle with the Hermit and the 4 of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. Shuffle around the 4 of Pentacles. Star with the 9 of Pentacles. Oh, correction, 9 of Cups. I keep saying 9 of Pentacles, it's the 9 of Cups. And the star is on the top of the deck. And since we're in Aquarius' house, I'll stop right there. Now, as far as a no contact, let's see what we can see about a no contact. Dear Holy Spirit, please give me a reading about a no contact. Starting with the Ace of Fire at the top. Now, this is a general, it's not personal. I just wanted to see in the 11th house what might be said about no contact in 3 positions. Okay, so we have the 5 of Swords in the first position, Ace of Fire, second position, opportunity to reconcile, and the Queen of Swords points to the 7th house, Libra's house, 8 of Pentacles. So it looks like for no contact connections, there's a potential to reconcile and to get to come out of the cold. And I feel like the 4 of Fire and the 4 of Cups and the Ace of Swords to get on the same level, on a heart level, on a physical level, on a mental level with clarity. Queen of Fire making an appearance there. 6 of Cups. Alright, so Ace of Swords. Okay, so that's what I feel like. 2 of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. And keep your options open also is what I feel like is being stated there. So yes, there is an opportunity to reconcile with connections that are currently in no contact. And also keep your options open because your person may be someone different than what you're expecting. Stay optimistic about your love life. But I feel like that message coincides with the general message in this reading for the 11th house. Alright, so now moving to the 12th house, which is Pisces house, and it looks like there will be cusp energy for the Aquariuses that are on a Pisces cusp. Pisces that might be on a Aquarius cusp, and also for the Aquarian Capricorn cusps. Let's forgiveness. I'm in Pisces, the Pisces Aquarian. So correction. Yeah, Pisces Aquarian cusps, and also Aquarian. I already said Pisces Aquarius, Aquarius Pisces cusps, and then also Pisces and Aries cusps. So apologies, Aries Pisces cusps. Oh, all right, this reading. Okay, here we go. So let's take a look here for Pisces. He says, oh, hey, thank you for liking. This is a general reading. Let me see if I can get the 12th house. It'll be my last one. Let's see. But thank you for liking the video and for your support on the channel. I don't know if you'd want to take back the like if I'm not able to do the personal. I don't think I'll be able to do the personal. The focus here on Pisces reading here. General reading. Dear Holy Spirit, please give me a general reading for Pisces in 3 positions. Okay, so we have Aries. Oh, that's the Emperor. We have the Hermit. That could be Virgo. The 5 of Fire. A block. Well, let's see. Moving out of toxic energy into a better situation. Keeping their options open. Well, the last time I looked, it did look like there were some Pisces who were potentially waiting for a connection that didn't seem to be getting off the ground. And so it does look like the person of interest might be leaving that connection, keeping their love options open. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is third party. The theme of this live stream is talking about third party situations, so I shouldn't be surprised to see that. Dear Holy Spirit, please clarify these 3 positions. Okay, so Temperance, for the first position and the second position, dear Holy Spirit, please. The Sun. Okay, and third position, the Eight of Swords. Okay. So yeah, I feel like that confirms that they were patient. It does look like there could have been a divine connection here because these are major arcanas with a person of interest that was waiting for this connection. But it looks like there was something that was exposed about their person of interest that maybe they were trying to keep concealed, or, you know, and so they're breaking this Eight of Sword energy, a soul tie energy, or commitment energy, you know, hanging along. So hanging around. I do feel like that part has been confirmed. You see, Nine of Pentacles, Page of Fire, right? They look like they are ready to love, and they don't want to be stagnant in a connection, waiting for somebody to come around that hasn't come around yet. And it does look like, yeah, they're keeping their love options open. And again, it looks like there's another person of interest that's on their horizon, even more inspiring them to go ahead and close this chapter and entertain another love interest that is come into the picture for them. So that is what I'm seeing there for this storyline. Now, let me see about that was really straightforward to the point there. That didn't take long. I even feel like putting the cards away confirmed that reading that I had just now. Let me see, dear Holy Spirit, is there another reading, another message? Let's see, that I can see in 3 positions. Okay, Two of Fire in the first position. All right. Now here, this is actually pointing to a connection coming towards the current. It looks like somebody from their past. At the very least, a soulmate, though, if it is somebody that's new. And yeah, that it looks like this connection is leading to some intense passion and, you know, a lover connection with the King of Cups there. And the Eight of Swords makes this appearance with the Moon. Okay, so I feel like we're getting taken back to relook, because here's the Eight of Swords on the top of this deck, which is the same card on the top of this one. So I'm going to move here. It looks like, so we got a reading previously, just a moment ago, showing that the person of interest, like Pisces. So that reminds me of my disclaimer that this is a general reading. General readings are not intended to resonate with everyone. If this reading does not resonate, please don't force it to fit. I'll be back to do another as soon as possible. And also, when I mention Pisces, for an example, it could be someone in Pisces energy field, someone of interest, or a cross watcher for Pisces, or it could be something inanimate, you know, a subjective element in Pisces energy. So dear Holy Spirit, please clarify the first position. I was going to say, yeah, the previous reading we just did described that somebody is not waiting for their person, because they were waiting for a while, but it looked like someone else came on the scene, catching their interest. And not only that, they were waiting so long, they themselves are ready to love. They're, you know, high value, or they're high value, they're ready to love, they're healed, you know, so they went on to keep their options open, and at the very least it looked like there was someone of interest that they wanted to go pay, you know, go pay some attention to. Now I reshuffled, or no, I flipped the cards and got this spread here. So it's taking us back to the beginning where we're looking at our current. We're looking at Pisces waiting, you know, just looking at the big picture. Matter of fact, hold that thought. This could also be a continuation of, hey, they stopped waiting for a moment. They entertained someone that came on their horizon. Uh, this could be a continuation. They find someone that looks endearing, somebody worth investing in, actually. Let's see let's see how this plays out. Please clarify, dear Holy Spirit. Okay, yeah, we got the Sun here. Let's see in the second position. Okay, we got the Eight of Pentacles, yes. And the third position, please. The Wheel of Fortune. All right. So I feel like, yeah, that's a reiteration actually of what, yeah, what we're looking at. There's a love interest that came on the horizon there for Pisces. The love interest, while they were looking out on their landscape, there's an interest here they spotted. This connection looks like they want to go ahead and work on it. And I'm left on a cliffhanger with the King of Cups here and the Wheel of Fortune. We shall see how this connection works out. Does it have the components to be one that can withstand the weather, one that can stand the test of time, one that have the qualities for longevity? So let's take a look. Now, let's get us into our Celtic cross to get more information. Okay. And we have the Page of Cups on the top of this deck, which is Pisces card, and the Knight of Pentacles. So that resonates here that, yes, working on this connection with, you know, with the optimism that it will work out. You know, we have somebody who's minded for long-term connection, long-term commitment. All right, so we have the Star card in our past, sitting on top of the High Priestess. So I feel like this is Pisces hoping that the connection they were waiting for would have been the one. But nonetheless, they have, you know, this feels like hopeless romantic type energy. They're ready to love. They know what they want. They know what they're ready to receive the love. So let's see what's going on. Okay, then we have the Magician making an appearance in the fifth position around the Two of Pentacles. Now, this might suggest that there's a third party situation, that there's still feelings lingering from that past connection there. And there's a new love interest that have come on the scene that Pisces is entertaining. This pretty much does suggest that they still have feelings for their past person, but it's more practical to give their time and serious energy to this new love opportunity. So let's see what's going on. Okay, so we have an Empress here. Again, this is somebody else. No wonder. Yeah, this looks like definitely a person worth giving some energy to. And then we have the Page of Fire here in the Challenge. So, okay. And I feel like that Page of Fire actually confirms, I feel like it confirms not wanting to step out on the connection because they feel like they want to give it their full attention, and stepping out, you know, they don't want to make any mistakes that they can blame themselves for. Not giving it their serious attention is what it looks like. That's saying right there. But and that isn't a challenge position, I feel like, because we've seen that their person of interest is still in their heart from the past. Yeah, it's still in their heart. And also, it does look like this person of interest from their past Looks like there's a high likelihood that they will try to come back to Pisces, somebody from their past, while they're trying to, it looks like, connect with this Empress. But let me see. And then there's the Two of Pentacles to confirm. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles there. I mean, this reading does describe this particular stream, per the general reading that we did. It is talking about third party. So I shouldn't be surprised to see third party energy here. This third party spread is talking about, I mean, I could see Pisces wants to do the right thing. Pisces wants to commit to this high value, beautiful person that seems that they match Pisces energy. But there's feelings, there's a wish fulfillment desire for somebody that's in their past. And it looks like there's a likelihood that this person from their past may come back while this Empress is in the picture. Now, there is also, there is a side storyline that does also suggest, and matter of fact, that's what we were reading for. I mean, that Pisces take some time to consider another connection, but it did look like that connection kind of fizzled out. Pisces resumed to wait for their person of interest. This does suggest that there's potential for their person to come back from the past as this introverted, withdrawn, and maybe even having secrets that Pisces found out some things about their person. But it looks like whatever they found out about their person, they still have feelings that they want to try to work it out with. And it looks like this person might come to Pisces to become Empress. Pisces looks like they have this Midas touch to beautify, to love their person to life, to turn their person of interest into an Empress. You know those connections when those lovers, they really have that Midas touch on their love, and they cause their love to bloom and, you know, turn them into the Empress, turn them into an emperor. Just this beautiful touch that they have. Now this is also a possibility, okay? But I'm still getting into this reading and still seeing third party type of situations, because even if that were the case, then we still have the other person that is still in the picture, you know, being juggled. So yeah, either way it goes, we're looking at juggling. Okay, so I want to take a look in this other deck to see what could be seen when we add additional context, you know, continuing on for this one, for this card, the Star, the Magician, the Empress, the Page of Fire, the Hermit, and High Priestess, and the Two of Pentacles. So, dear Holy Spirit, please continue to clarify the Star card at this point. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles here. Dear Holy Spirit, please clarify the Magician. And then we have the Eight of Fire there. Okay. Please clarify the Empress. Okay, the Hierophant. Yeah. Now, please clarify the Page of Fire. Okay, the Temperance. Please clarify the Hermit. Alright, the Nine of Pentacles. Please clarify the High Priestess. The Five of Swords, okay. And the Two of Pentacles. The Hangman. Okay, and the Hangman, that is Pisces energy, Neptune energy. 13 major arcana makes an appearance, and the Three of Pentacles was right below that card, the Hangman. So yeah, and the Seven of Swords, man, around this 13 major arcana. Seven of Swords is at the bottom of the deck here. So yeah, I feel like these clarifiers reiterated what was being described here. I feel like this Eight of Sword, or this Eight of Fire clarifying the Magician, might describe let me clarify this with this deck. It might describe a sweet talker, you know, but even the Eight of Fire, that's why I'm going to clarify. Dear Holy Spirit, please clarify. Because the Eight of Fire clears blockages, but it's also communicative in like an electronic communication, like emails or text messages or some sort of social media. But let me, dear Holy Spirit, please clarify this Magician and Eight of Fire energy. Let's see. Oh, yeah. See there? The Three of Swords. Okay, sweet talker. All right. A finesser, potentially. So, we're looking at grounding this King of Cup energy with the Wheel of Fortune. So, yeah. Can this love sustain the test of time? Let's go ahead and clarify the King of Cup and the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, a Three of Swords again. Okay. I was wondering. Alright, so that almost suggests some premeditative juggling taking place there. Where at first I was seeing someone genuinely waiting. And they could have been genuinely waiting. And like I said, it did look like there was something exposed about this person, you know, while they're supposedly in seclusion or withdrawn. Let me see. Could have put Pisces into that player finesser's Three of Sword energy. Yeah, Four of Cup, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Fire, Nine of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Well, this actually says that was being clarified to reiterate the sentiment of the Nine of Pentacles, like they're just off doing their own thing. They're just off not really seeming to feed this connection with the energy, with the attention needed to really nurture it and get it off the ground. They're more so concerned in with their own affairs. And it looks like, you know, Pisces would like to be included, or, you know, feeling left out in the cold. Is that what was exposed in this Hermit energy? Is anything else? Let me see. Three of Swords. Okay, Three of Swords there too. Yeah, that's what I felt like at first, but it was showing other energy, but also the third party that they have. They're entertaining somebody else while they're over there doing all that stuff. Jack of Fire. Six of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Looks like it could have been a Sagittarius. It could have been a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, especially Virgo. Six of Swords. Ten of Fire. And it looked like they're still willing to forgive that and still, you know, try to work with them. But then, okay, so, but then they also find themselves another love interest too. So it gives more context as to why, you know, that they're also bringing third party energy, because they seem their person of interest that they were waiting for. And it looks like they were patiently waiting, giving it grace, giving it the best intentions first of all, but then when they saw their person, you know, kind of secluded, recluse, not really nurturing their connection while they're waiting, but starting to kind of pay other people attention, at least somebody else in attention, yeah, then they too, when they found somebody attractive and high value, they wanted to also pay attention too. But it looks like they still have feelings for the one that they were waiting for. So let's see about this one. Dear Holy Spirit, please clarify the Star and the King of Pentacles. Let's see what's over here about the person of interest that they were waiting for with this wish fulfillment. Six of Swords, King of Fire, Queen of Cups, King of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Yeah. So for me, it confirms, yes, this person that they were waiting for had other people of interest coming around. So that connection became toxic. And there's a lot of love interest that came around. Meanwhile, with the Five of Pentacles, Pisces was feeling left out in the cold while this person is entertaining all types of options, it looks like. Ace of Fire. Okay, so that takes me back to the top. So yeah. All right, so that confirms that. Well, so we're looking at a sweet talker. We're looking at their love being their lover boy. They're ready to love. So they're, with all of this that they're dealing with, that they're trying to be loyal to, their loyalty is tested, and it don't look like, yeah, their breaking point is near, you know, because they're ready to love, and their person is loving somebody else. So let's see what's going on here. I would like to see what's going on with the Two of Fire and the Sun. Dear Holy Spirit, please clarify the Two of Fire and the Sun in our first position. Okay, let's see. Queen of Swords. That's Libra energy. Queen of Pentacles. Technically Capricorn, but we also seen strong Virgo and Taurus energy. Let's see what else. Four of Fire. Nine of Swords. And then that was also Gemini and Aquarius energy there too. Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, it looks like something became toxic as we have been discussing with the person that they're waiting for. So now they're looking on the horizon with the Seven of Pentacles to see what else is worth their time and energy. There goes the Two of Fire that I'm trying to clarify. So that's a confirmation there. And let's see. Ace of Swords, and they found someone with the Ace of Swords over here with this. Now that also points me back over here to the Hierophant and the Six of Cups. We have the Hierophant on the table twice. Now this Hierophant and the Six of Cups with the Eight of Pentacles here, and it's in the challenging position. But yeah, the Ace of Swords tells me that they found somebody. And there goes our Eight of Pentacles over here, right where I was trying to look. They want to work on that love potential. Want to see if there's stability there in the Four of Fire. And the Ten of Swords makes an appearance. They're tired of waiting around. Nine of Pentacles takes me back over here. Ooh, they're tired of waiting around for this person in the past. See this person in the past, and there's this person in the present, the Empress over here with the Hierophant. And the Ten of Swords made that appearance. And the Four of Fire. So this suggests there is stronger energy to entertain the new person of interest. Queen of Swords makes an appearance again. And the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. These. And even the Queen of Fire makes an appearance. Alright. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Somebody from the past, and the Six of Cups. And Queen of Pentacles making an appearance again. Queen of Fire making an appearance again. Nine of Cups making an appearance again over here. So that seems to be, and the Three of Swords, okay, reiterating. Three of Swords, broken heart, betrayal. Four of Pentacles, not wanting to overextend themselves at their own expense. Three of Fire. Ace of Cups. Alright. King of Pentacles. I mean, this tends to give more. No, there's the Ten of Fire making an appearance. Three of Cups. And that was almost stating that the Pisces wanted to pay more attention to their new person than the old person from the past. But then even the new person started to give some toxic energy too. So it's almost like then they go back to juggling both of them. And in the meantime, Pisces is coming up as the King of Pentacles, and he's kind of getting tired of, yeah, with the Ten of Fire and the Ace of Fire, he's kind of getting tired of, it looks like this committal type energy they get tired of, because that's what I was trying to clarify anyways. And no wonder that was in the challenge, so that clarified it. This Hierophant with the Six of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles, looks like with that development that eventually kind of just get tired of the committal energy altogether and kind of just want to be more free. So that's why I'm looking at the Hangman and the Two of Pentacles there as the outcome, the juggling. And it looks like with this Hangman energy, they just continue to juggle, continue to kind of just live their best life and do them until the dust settles, until divine timing works itself back out, and the cookies crumble where it may, as it may. Well, that's what I'm getting here for this reading. Again, this reading is primarily focused on third-party situations. So, again, this is not a reading that's resonating with everyone. It's not intended to. It's just talking about third-party situations mostly. I say mostly because I was trying to be objective and look for other storylines, but no, it really did just continue to focus on third-party stuff. So that's what I have for Pisces right now. I just want to thank everybody for your support on the video and on the channel. Let's see in the chat here. I love this reading. Hey, thank you. Let's see what else. Hey, some people came by and said, what's up? Hey, good to see you again. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. I like the comment even to the chat. Hello to the chat. And it says, oh, I love this reading. Capricorn moved forward from Pisces. Oh, he moved forward from a Pisces. Okay. He is a lover boy. I do believe he moved on. I waited for a long... He said, I waited for a while and then I moved on. He has his wife. Okay, yeah. Thank you for the confirmation of this reading, that it resonated. And you're able to move on. And your intuition told you that this dynamic was playing out. And, oh yeah, wife. Because this does look like there's marriage potential. But it, like I said, the way this storyline started to play out was, and it doesn't resonate with everybody. So this was a challenge that was talking about the marriage energy fizzled out, and well, it does still talk about juggling taking place in the outcome. So yeah, this is a third party type situation. Since the Hierophant came out twice, let me see what it might say over here. Dear Holy Spirit, can you please clarify the Hierophant with the Empress? And see, I just want to see if it's different than this energy over here, the challenge position. Let's see. Ten of Swords. No, still showing Ten of Swords. Six of Pentacles. Ace of... Alright, so that to me would suggest that it is fizzling out potentially in this storyline. Of course, this storyline is dedicated to the third party storyline, which is not everybody's story, but it clarified to still reiterate, no, this connection is coming to a breaking point, or a headache, a dead horse getting beating a dead horse, you know, for that colloquial term. That and it still says this person, though, is high value, that this person is reciprocating, this person is, you know, nurturing the connection and has their best intentions to make it work, but because their person of interest, it looks like their mind is other places, as described throughout this reading, that they're coming to a breaking point too, that the connection just seems like it's headed toward juggling. So that's what was being confirmed there. Okay, I want to thank everybody for your patience hanging out with me today. And that's what we have for our 12th house, which is the last house of this stream. This is a two-part stream, so there is a first part here. And the other stream I did, it was about it was almost 5 hours long, I think, or 4 hours? No, maybe 4. I forgot already. Alright, but yes, thank you so much for your support on the video and on the channel. And we'll be signing off for now. Until next time, peace.